Right, my team. I'm just waiting for the 20 seconds of uh, waiting for the 20 odd seconds of delay that I have on my phone to the stream. There is a delay. I'll be open and honest with you here. Let's be frank. Um, there is a delay. It's about 20 seconds, I think, 20 to 30. And just making sure that, yeah, there we are. See, walked in half a minute probably. Right, you beauty. Hi, team. Welcome back to another stream. Um, Nothing super crazy today. Okay. We'll do that next week probably. It's been a long week. Been up early. There's a lot of Rugby World Cup going on. Fiji's currently getting beaten by England. Love to see Fiji get up for it. It'd be awesome. And then we've got France and South Africa coming up shortly. Once I finish this 8 o'clock, it's going to be a beauty. All Blacks winning yesterday too against Ireland. Oh, that's so lovely. Right. Okay. Enough of that. Cricket World Cup's on too. Man, there's so much sport on at the moment. Yeah, she's wild. And I'm sure today, what is it, Sunday in America? We got your football on today, the NFL. Man, it was a great day to be a sports nut, that's for sure. Right, enough of that. Everyone's in the chat. 3 10-minute pieces, okay? Focus today definitely just on how we are doing it, okay? Nice and steady. We want to see continuous motion. Once we get into it, especially in these first couple, just looking for consistency, okay? So what I want you to start to think about as well is that as you're running along, you can see the splits on the screen, trying to keep them consistent, whatever they are, okay? And then when we talk about things, when you think about things, see if there's a change, okay? Now, don't necessarily go, oh my God, it went slower straight away and revert back and whatever. There's a trend, okay? Things can take a little bit of time. So if I'm like, hey, let's just relax off the front a little bit, take that take-up period, whatever, it might slow down for you for a little bit, but then it might actually start coming back up again, okay? Or it might slow down, but it feels more efficient. So you're like, well, actually, because it feels more efficient, maybe I could just squeeze it a little bit more, okay? So that's the understanding of what you're doing, the output that you're doing it from. It's just such a big recipe of trying to get everything correct and personalized for you, okay? So that's what we'll think about today as we're going along. Nice continuous motion, nice rhythm. I'll really just focus on this continuous motion gain. Really talk about the front and the feelings that we want to try and achieve as we roll into that catch. You know, with the hands and the arms and the recoil of the machine, and then what we're trying to do around that front. Okay, and just get into that nice groove. Okay, that's what we like to say, the groove. Okay, you sit there in this imaginary groove of the stroke, and the handle's on the plane, the body's trying to do the same thing every time, and you're just in this groove time after time after time. Okay, and that's what creates our speed over time, which gives us our numbers on screen. Okay, pretty simple. So that's us. Mental note, crazy next week. Now, I don't know. Literally, I'll wake up in the morning, and then I'll get my boy on the bus, and I'll be like, "Were you good today, Zach? Or were you naughty? Right. Shall I take some aggression out on the team?" But no, we will do that. Plus, the other thing too, love to hear some requests as well. Say, can we really do some 1 minute pieces, or can we do some 4 minute pieces? I'd love to try and get a little bit higher rate. I don't know. Okay. But for now, this is us. Finally, this is us. So let's get on. Let's get warmed up. 3 or 4 minutes. Get loose and limber, and then we'll rip into it. But as you see behind me, 3 10 minutes. 10 minutes of 20, real steady. Second one, we go up to 22, okay? And the third one's just a pyramid, okay? 20, 22, 24, 22, 20, back down again, okay? Nice and easy, good technical focus, really strong on how we are trying to make this machine move continuously, okay, to maintain our splits and our speed on the screen. Okay, boom. Right, here we go, rock and roll. That can sit down there. I can lock and load. Okay, same as, just really making sure, especially when we start off on these, we just get to a point where we're not feeling super stretched or uncomfortable with our body posture. Okay, I'm probably one of the most unflexible people around, and so even now I can feel the tension in my legs, my calves, my Achilles in these first few as I'm extending out. And all I start to think about is just a little bit further each one. Just let that seat come under just a little bit each time. And then after a minute or two, already starting to feel better. I can feel the seat coming under. Feel like my body still needs a little bit more rock. Okay. But this is why we warm up. It's why we get ourselves loose and limber so that when we can put the pressure down, we shouldn't be too rigid. We've got suppleness in the body, and we're not going to try and push ourselves outside, too far outside the realm of comfort. We will get injured. Okay. I know it's hard when you're like, oh, I've got to do a quick workout, and you jump on and you go straight into it. Every now and again, that's okay. Okay, but build into it. Just sacrifice the first 3 or 4 minutes in terms of speed to get this comfortability. And then you're away laughing. Okay? Nice, smooth movements. Hang. Feel the arms. Lead away. Feel this machine helping us. This is where we use it. This is where we work with the machine on helping this recovery. Smooth, continuous motion. Okay? So let's just press it on for the last sort of 30 seconds of this. Feel comfortable. Smooth. Trying to eliminate too much jerkiness, like within our movements. Everything molds together. Good flow. Okay, 2 more. Easy. Okay. Pretty good. Oh, nice. Okay, beautiful. Right, let's rock and roll. Let us rock and roll. I wonder how much faster Eric would have been if he was more flexible. Yeah. Chris, to tell you what, when I was rowing, mate, that was a huge part of my day, was stretching. Right, okay. Let's jump in. Select workout. New workout. Intervals, time. Okay. Back button. Go up to 10. Subtract that 1 off there. and then we'll go to our rest period, 1 minute. Okay, leave that flashing for a second. Set time 10, rest time 1. Wait for everyone to set it up. And then I'll press the check button. Check button's done. Okay, here we go. Okay, nice, smooth, continuous motion. Really looking for our form, how we're doing it. Okay, getting comfortable with the motion of the stroke that we're trying to achieve as ourselves, okay, in our development. Right, here we go. Over. Row. Okay, start off, get the flywheel moving. So there we are. So now we're comfortably sitting here on our rate. Nice and relaxing our shoulders. Okay, not in a hurry to pick up the stroke around the front. We've got period of take up through that stroke, okay? Nice and supple. Nice and smooth. Okay? Have a feel. Now, are we jamming anything? Are we trying to add in certain places, or are we trying to create one motion, okay? Firing sequence. All the muscle groups. One after the other. Allows us to finish back. Handle comes. Release the pressure. Okay? And then start that journey, one speed, back to the front. Okay? Hands. They lead away, they get drawn. Feel that stretch under here rather than over there, if that makes sense. Okay? We want to be able to have a nice long stretch under the armpits rather than it feeling like we're having to stretch right above our ears. Okay? This sort of length, which is under here, tie it in with that stretch. Allow that body to start coming forward. And then feel this chain and the momentum that we create off the back with our body to compress ourselves up to here. Okay, we just glide one speed and then we're going to stop, right? We're going to stop because we can't go any further. And if we can get that feeling like that, okay, then we can transfer that feeling into this compression and then that take up and send once we're on the drive. Okay, so good stretch off the back, hands out over the knees, nice and supple in the fingertips. Feel your handle, okay, however you're holding on to it. Feel it now. Continuous motion. You and the handle. Okay, that's one connector point. Handle, seat and feet. And then from the front, when we compress, leave the hands out long. Okay, press the body backwards. Good. Nice hand. Smooth. One motion. Listen to the flywheel. Okay. One accelerated. Feel that handle. Get the speed. Okay. There, it's going to come into us pretty quickly. So that's from the acceleration of our legs, then the body into there. Okay. Supple knees so that we can come off the back without too much knee pop. Okay, straight but supple. Roll across the top. Hands out over. Start this body rock forward. Okay, don't have to be set. We need to start so that we're finished there. We come into that front right here. Okay, that suppleness. It's smooth. There's no tension in the body. It's not like we're like, oh. Okay, we're set. We're 90% set, but we've got elasticity on the body. And if we get there, we're not quite right. We're like, oh, it's not going to be super tense or hard to get hold of the stroke. Okay, it's a rhythm. It's this groove that we're trying to find on repeat. And then we slightly adapt parts to ourselves on what we think we're not doing as well as we could be doing. Okay? Smooth. Remember that handle coming into the body. Don't have to yank it. Let it come. Okay? If you are producing good watts, it will come in and probably touch. Okay? Otherwise, just let it brush that body. Okay? Think about that motion around. Okay? Back and forward. Feel the seat coming underneath us right here. Okay? It's going to travel. The bodies drop into the front. That compression. Should feel it in relation to the handle. There. Once we're here, you should feel like they're moving at the same pace. Okay? If we feel that, okay, or that, we could do it a little bit better. Okay? These two connected. So when we roll around the front, the seat and the handle start moving at a similar speed. Okay? so we don't have that or that, okay? So if we think about it, think about these two. While you're rolling, there, around the front, hold this hang, good motion, okay, nice. Smooth, okay, continuous, here we go. Really good. Boom. Okay, easy, nice and simple. Warming up, real good. Okay, so really great set, just to focus on the flow, the rhythm, okay? Speed would have probably dropped through that entire period, got to a steady point, okay, plateaued. So we're working, okay? We're getting a sweat on, we're all puffing, but it's about then working, how do I do it efficiently? How do I do it more efficiently? How do I try something, can get a better feeling of the pickup and the smoothness, okay? And that's just what we're looking for. Small changes that add up to big amounts at the end of the day. Okay, here we go, 5 and 5. Now, so back onto this rhythm, back to those focal points, and then we'll just speed it up a little bit once we get to that 5-minute mark. Okay, start off with this relaxation in the shoulders, sending the pressure under the armpit, okay, down into the lats. If we feel it a little bit tight up around here, we want to try and shift it so we get this feeling of that hang, okay? Leave the arms out long. If we train that, our arms just hang, okay? The handle and the hands just hold on to the weight that our body is producing through the stroke. So we don't have to feel like we're strong off the front. We can be strong by having the hang connection with the handle there, okay? Letting the body, the muscle groups in the body hold the pressure. Okay, nice. Okay, good hang. Roll forward. Good press. Nice and flat with that chain. Okay, we can feel it. We can feel it being drawn back with our hands. Keeping that chain on that plane through the drive. If we have to try and go up or we've got to go down, we change that plane. We don't get anything for it. Ideally, straight back. Okay, feel that core stability here around the finish. Feel the feet, the shoes on the toe strap, holding ourselves, okay? It's gonna hold us. We have to. It's what they're there for. But quickly, we use that core and that chain recoil to help this motion get back forward, okay? It's Smooth, it's continuous around the back. Okay, even now, our goal, we've got the flywheel moving. What are we trying to do? Eliminate the slow. Okay, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to find a spot where we can use that amount of energy 300 times, whatever, 200 times, to continuously keep it where it is. Maintain our pace. Yes, we'll get tired by doing it, but we won't completely run out of energy. Okay? Last minute here at this 20. Good length. Naturally, with that compression of the seat. Coming underneath us. Good posture with the body. We've set through here. Really good. Nice. Nice and smooth. Feel those pressure on the feet. Okay, squeezing lemons, not mashing them. Up to now. So just move everything in the stroke a little bit quicker. All the movements, the treble speed, the leg speed on the drive, and now the flywheel's moving quicker. Tap it along. Okay? Smooth around the front. Okay? Take up. And then through that middle, we've got that pressure coming onto the feet around here in the front. And then we drive that body backwards. Good core structure. Nice. Okay, think about those hands again. Moving with the machine. Drawing our bodies forward. One motion. Armpit hang. Good. Okay. So breathe into this. We've got good numbers on screen. Small adjustments. Looking for that efficiency. Patience. You don't need to be in a hurry. Okay? You don't need to be in a hurry off the front. Roll in, push away. Okay? Not going to get left behind. Same around the finish. One motion with the chain. Okay? Don't need to be too quick. Rhythm with the machine. Rhythm at 22. Okay, good. Think about our posture. Seat. Rolling in. One speed. Have a look. Okay, it's going to get to the point and push the point right there. Okay, you don't want to go for any more. We're here. Okay, if you don't like your length on that stroke, focus on a little bit more off the back and stretch on the next one and the next one. Okay. One of the things with changes, okay, just go little bit, little bit, little bit. Don't need to automatically be like, oh, you know, just push a little bit, little bit, little bit. Okay, and we'll get more over time than just a one-off full stretch, okay, that was really, really uncomfortable or whatever it might be. Okay, sit into this, last 45 seconds. Let's get a real good groove on repeat. Feel the hang. Feel that body being pushed open by the legs, leaving arms long. Swing that body. Pivot it through the middle of the stroke. Creation of power. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, real good. Okay, really good. Probably working a bit harder than I should, to be honest, trying to chat and work, but feeling good. Okay. Some days it feels great, some days it feels terrible. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. But keeping focused on your priorities, okay, what you're trying to change or adjust or tune in, whatever. Keep that the focus for this one as we do our pyramid. Same, just got a little bit of freedom through this 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, so nice and simple. Good chance. If you're feeling really good, look for the positive steps and speed. And then on the way back down, see how long we can maintain the pace for on the change down. Okay? Here's the goal. The motion here. Elastic. Feel the setup. Glide forward. Patience. Okay? Really good. Nice long hand. Handle, seat and feet. Feeling the connection points. Nice long arms. Feel that stretch under the armpits, not up over the shoulders. Okay? More under here. Lats, massive muscle group. Amazing ability to hang. Okay? Want to tune that into that. Gives us the same sort of power here on the machine in this horizontal motion. Up to. Now, So small change, a little bit extra freedom with the hands. Okay? And overall, we're moving quicker. Because of that, the flywheel speed is a little bit quicker at the front. Understand that. Don't look to try and pick it up real quick off the front. Still have that patience and understand that the drive overall is quicker. Okay? Through the drive. Through the drive. Good motion. Okay? Nice. Continuous. Try and eliminate any jerk. Almost wants to be a period right here at the finish where we switch everything off. Okay? And then we roll back out. And then we basically suspended in our posture here as we float forward on the seat. Okay, think about that. As we go up to 24 now. Okay, so that's efficiency. Just moving quicker. Good speed of the drive. Leave the body through the middle. Really good. Okay, we're just tapping it along. Okay, we can hear the flywheel. We can see the speed on screen. Pick it up smoothly. Let the body's natural compression bring the brakes on here. We're prepared. And then smooth drive. Take up, press. Okay? And armpits. Tap it along. Okay? Breathe. Nice and smooth. As we go down, let it come down naturally. Now, we can still hold the speed of the drive. Hold our patience forward. Okay? Holding the speed. Speed will drop naturally over time. Maintain for as long as we can without it being too much physically taxing. Okay? Just recalibrate. Set into this 22 rhythm. Good. Smoothness. Brush that body. Hands lead away with the recoil of the bungee and the chain. Out over the knees. Follow with the body. Soft knee break. So it naturally breaks as the body's traveling forward. Keep the hands, good position. One plane, none of this. Okay? And roll into the front. One speed. Okay? When you hear me say drop into the front, because effectively we're just boom, dropping our bodies back into that front. Okay? There's me. Down 2 now. So now we've got a bit more time. Okay? Hold the rhythm. Hang. Still feel the drive. Okay? Focus on this. What we finished off on that last 2 minutes with this preparation. We're at the front. There's an element of patience there. And we reverse by pushing the body backwards, okay? Hang, hands, feet and seat. Hang long, core structure. Feel the pressure on the legs. Feel the hang in the handles. And just open out, okay? Open out. One motion. We don't want to feel segregation. There is a sequence, but we're trying to happen in one smooth motion. Each sequence jumps on top of the other. Nice. Last couple strokes. Beautiful. Okay. Job done. Okay, really good. Okay, great. Really, really solid. Okay. Nothing spectacular in terms of heaps of changes. You keep it simple. We have the mental stops, obviously every 10 minutes. And it just allows us to work on those things without it being like, man, I got another 25 minutes of this. Okay. I do encourage interval training. Okay. Quite a bit. Just turn that down. Okay. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And all it does is it allows you to just stop, shake it off. Okay. And then into the next one. Okay. Reset the menu. Save that into the forever land, your logbook, and look back on it in 5 years. 16th of August of October 2023. Okay, and we'll just start to get ourselves back into some posture for a couple of minutes. Worry about the pressure, but just while we're doing this, let's just feel. Okay, feel handles. Okay, feel what they're doing in terms of drawing our body over. Okay, if we were to just have one hand on it, okay? It's going to pull it in a weird fashion because it's trying to get back. So if we're doing this, we can start to feel how we can hold it back or we can go with it, okay? And this is the patience we talk about, because at 20, we do need to have patience with this handle, okay? Once we get up to 28, we go with it. Once we get 36, we go even faster with it, okay? But that's what we feel here, okay? And then when we roll into the front, just be natural. We're not trying to set records, obviously. We're warming down. But just really think about this hang. Really see if it can feel like it's just one smooth stroke. One, okay? There's no push, push, push. There's no like segregation between the different movements of the stroke. We want to really try and make it feel like it's just one, okay? That's sort of the feeling that we're trying to find, rather than too much push body and then give it more, okay? We want everything to feel like it's one motion. The more we search for this one motion feeling, okay, the more efficient we can be. Now, don't get me wrong, high speed, high sprinting stuff, last 20 seconds, fuck, do whatever, right? But for efficiency and maintaining a pace over a period of time, the less energy that we use by doing weird shit or things that aren't really helping our speed, we can use that energy to then give us speed on the rowing machine, okay? And that's really what it's about. We're just trying to find the calculation where the energy that we're putting in, we're getting X amount back, okay? And we're not going to get it all back, don't get me wrong, but we're really just trying to find that efficiency, that rhythm, that continuous motion, all of the above, which then gives us good speed, okay? Consistent, continuous speed, okay? Beautiful. All Blacks, yeah, that's right, Ahmed. You're absolutely beautiful. Always tough to come down the pyramid. Yes, I feel like my core gets out of sync with my arms, like there is slack in my arms for the first few strokes. First few strokes of like anything, or while you're rowing, because like obviously it does take a little bit to get up to pace, okay? You know, the hardest part of the stroke, okay, in terms of the hardest part of the stroke to get right is the pickup around the front, okay? This part here, getting that right is the hardest part, okay? Now, I feel like we need to go on an efficient journey to be like coming in, compress, and then feeling that take up, okay? The majority of people that you'll see are really trying to hit the front, okay? If we have that time and patience and then through the middle of the stroke, if you see it on the force curve and you see the data, okay, that's how it rises. Slowing from 24 to 22. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. But the whole thing is that if we're really smooth with this period and really trying to focus on just letting the body drop into this position where we just can't go any further, okay, and then tying that together with that change in around there, that is where we make money, okay? If we get this focus point here, okay, a lot better, and just keep it moving, keep that continuous motion, okay, over that period of time, I feel like that's where we find our speed, because it doesn't matter when we go up in pace, all that happens is that turnaround point becomes quicker, okay? But if we're still doing this at the front, we're still trying to really jam it from the catch, you know, we've drawn force curves on here before, and I implore you to have a look. If you do the force curves and you have a look, we want area under the graph, okay? We don't need peak at the start. Peak at the start might minimize area under the graph, okay? The peak of the stroke, as I always say, is when these and this is driving together, which is about here, okay? See that? Body's driving, legs are still driving, and they're probably nearly at the 90-degree point here, okay? Maximum power. This is maximum. This is nearly maximum, okay? And then from here, the legs are dropping down. They don't really have any more to give. The body doesn't really have any more to give. That's why you see the force curve dropping off, okay? And this is where the whole, if you try and do anything with this, you ain't going to get shit. You're just going to get tired. But you can hold on to what's created, which allows that force curve to slowly drop off to the corner rather than going ba-boom and dropping off, okay? Now, back to Robro's question. You feel like your core gets out of sync with your arms in the first few strokes when you come from 24 to 22. The one thing is, Robro, what you got to remember is like, okay, so we're riding along here at 24, okay? There's good pace like this. Okay, now when you go to 22, all I would think about is just like patience, okay? And just the arms can be a little bit looser here, okay? But we're still got the same drive, okay? So I'm still doing this, but I've got more time here, okay? And so that's what we should be focused on when you're coming down, because at the end of the day, the flywheel's still spinning quick, which then, what does that mean with the leg speed? Still has to be fast, okay? But we need to slow it down. How are we going to do that? We take a little bit longer period from here back to here, okay? So there is an offset in terms of ratio, but over time, the flywheel then comes back to the 22 rate, and then we're back on that continuous motion at 22, okay? So yes, there will be a little bit out of sync. I get it, okay? But that's just the focus. It's a little bit more patience and stuff. And even around the front, yes, it's still that front part that I was just speaking about, which can be different because you're like, oh, the flywheel's still moving super quick. And that's where that change in direction is critical, because you're coming in with some control, but then you've got to get out with some movement, right? Yes, see that? But this is why we do stuff like this. This is why we change stuff, because we just get used to it, right? And we start to work on it. We start to try and perfect it as much as possible. Are we ever going to use that in a piece? No. Okay, but we get an understanding when you go up in rate, when you go down in rate, what you're doing and how you are affecting what the flywheel's doing, which is affecting the speed on the screen, which gives you an understanding of what works for you, what doesn't work. You're like, oh, that was a really good change up. I got really good speed, and all I really focused on was just my leg speed. Okay, great. You've got an understanding of what makes you go faster. So then when you need to put it into high speed, instead of just being like, I've got to tighten all my muscles and get real fucking like, with it, okay, you go, you know what? I know that when I get my legs moving quickly and I really hang on it and I get that acceleration through the body, I get good speed. So then when we go up to 32 and you focus on leg speed with the acceleration of the body, what happens? You get good speed, okay? So that's it. Just working on little bits and pieces like that can really, really make a difference. Someone told me to grip the handle at the catch, and I got a blister for the first time, Ellie, to grip the handle. Well, okay, so this is one of my faux pas, right? Because there's all you need to be doing is holding on to something, right? And I would say most people on here have been to a gym, right? Now, when you're lifting weights off the ground, do you have your whole hand wrapped around like really tight, or are you really trying to feel the hang through there, right? Like that. You're not really trying to clamp the whole fucking thing down. You've got a hook on it, but you're trying to lift it, right? That's what we should be doing on here, is because we're really trying, if we're any tension, and I'll show you why, okay? If you get to the front and you grip really tight, okay? So just sit here, Ellie, like this, and go like that, okay? I can see right up through here, and I can even feel it in my chest and my neck, and almost up here, when I really grip hold of it, I can feel that tension up here, right? Now, I can have a good grip with my fingers. I can have my thumb underneath, and I'm like, oh, I can feel a hang. And now I'm actually feeling like there's this long, really long hang feeling under my armpits, because I'm not trying to be with the handle. I'm really trying to be able to like just hang off it. Almost like the one thing is, if I got you to tie a rope onto here with this, what I want the feeling to feel like is that you've pushed away from that handle like that, okay? Because that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to, if this was tied there, we're really trying to like hang and just almost let it go, okay? But then what we're doing is, because if we get that feeling, what happens is then it actually comes to us with that speed of the legs and the body, and then all we have to do is just that around the finish, okay? Hence why I talk a lot about the hang, the armpits, okay? Because I know I know it, okay? I know that is where the most efficiency comes in to this, and that's how we can make you go faster, okay? Would you expect the rate to go up or down 2 seconds with each? It doesn't, Andy. I'll tell you what, you can go faster or slower, doesn't matter, okay? I would suggest that when we're giving more rate, yes, we do want to get some more speed, okay? What is the magical number? There is none, okay? Do you gain 5 seconds in split time? 4, 3, 2, 1? Meh. Okay, we should be finding more speed though, okay? Because mathematically, we're doing more strokes per minute at the same pressure. Calculation means better speed, okay? Coming down, that's a different story, because when you're coming down, you can hold that speed for a little bit longer, and then you could even keep it going for that period of time, okay? But it just requires more energy. So it's just a feeling of it. But yes, as we go up, we do want to see a little bit of speed change. No number on it, okay? It should just naturally change with the speed that you're doing, okay? If it changes 2 splits, if it changes 3 splits, whatever, okay? And everyone in the chat will probably go, I did 3, I did 2, I did 1, I did 4, whatever, okay? And to be fair, I think at this speed here, you do get a pretty good change. When you get up higher, you probably get less change, okay? But what it means if we get speed change is that we're doing it properly, okay? And we're moving quicker, we're not holding it back, and we're just using the same amount of power. And I think that's what we've got to understand a little bit as well. So when we go up in speed, I'm not asking you to push harder, okay? I'm just asking you to do it a little bit quicker, okay? Now, yes, there will be naturally, you're going to have to use a little bit more power to create that speed, okay? But I'm not going, right, up 2 points, let's power it on now, okay? I'm not asking you to do that. I'm trying to get you guys to understand what rating does, okay, to your speed. So then when you want to add power and you want to add rating, you get the best of both worlds, okay? But at the moment, if we just focus on the speed and the increase in pace of what we're doing and the movements that we're doing, what we're trying to do is do the movements properly at a pretty good energy expenditure, so that when you get asked to push a bit harder, okay, then we're using that energy expender in the right way. Because at the end of the day, if I just said, right, let's power it up, I guarantee most people probably just throw a little bit of technique out the window to try and push harder, okay? But we want to push harder in the proper way that we're trying to do the technique that we've been doing here, okay? Hence why when we do these, it's just a little bit more speed, a little bit more focus, so that we keep focused on the technique, on the way that we are doing it. Because if we do it properly in terms of the technique and the rhythm, then putting power in takes care of itself, okay? But if we put power in and we don't do it properly, we're just putting energy in for the sake of putting energy in. Whereas we put energy in the proper way, I get you speed, I get you better numbers on screen, and you go faster than you go before. And that's what we're here for, okay? So that's us. Boom. I need to go check out who won out of Fiji and England. I'm gonna have to Google that as soon as I get off the stream, actually. And then we've got France, South Africa in a couple of hours. You beauty. It's gonna be great. Okay. Thanks, team. Okay, really good workout. Nice and simple. Good focus. It's exactly what we're here for. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay. Keep it up. Keep training hard, doing what you're doing for your own personal goals. Thank you very much from me and the Sensei team for tuning in, and we'll see you guys here next week. Right. Have a good week, everyone. Peace out.